difficult to know whether or not what you're buying is actually the real deal or just a cheap knockoff. And you know what? That's exactly the sort of problem that our experts love to get their teeth into.
What's in the box, Julia?
Indeed.
I'm intrigued.
Victor Cuthbert and his daughter April are keen to put consumer expert Martyn James's eye for detail to the test.
Oh, I see. Do you mind if I ask how much this cost?
This was $349.99.
Wow.
Because I searched online, it was actually cheaper than the actual full Dyson price.
Victor bought this high-end hairstyler for his daughter April's Christmas present. He thought it was a bargain and believed that the company he got it from was based in the UK.
After I gave it to her, she tried to register the warranty, and Dyson told her that the serial number did not match a Dyson product.
In confusion, Victor and April looked again at the warranty document that came with the product to ensure that there wasn't a mistake, but I'm afraid that just deepened the mystery.
I spotted at the bottom it says that you could register by phone, but it doesn't have a real phone number on it. It says 800 jumbo, and it's got a number in brackets afterwards.
I think I'm starting to see the problem now. So this very, very expensive and very generous gift, by the way, it really looks legitimate, and I have to admit I would be completely fooled by this. But am I right in assuming that this is fake?
Yeah. Dyson said it's not one of their products and it probably shouldn't be used, as the electrics might not be as good in it as what they would make.
Wow. Well, that just goes to show, I think this is a reminder to everybody that, you know, you can do all of the checks and, you know, this is the quality of some of the fakes that are out there.
Victor tried to complain to the company he'd bought from, but his messages were totally ignored. Victor had used PayPal to buy the item, so he turned to them for a refund.
I explained everything that happened, that we couldn't register the warranty, and therefore I wanted my money back. They said they would award me the money, but I had to return the goods back to their original source, which was China.
Right.
Yeah,
and how much were you looking at to do that?
I think it was £137 to return. They said it had got to be returned with full tracking and proof of postage.
Victor and April are now concerned that shelling out that much just for postage will leave them further out of pocket, but Martyn says he has a solution.
Actually, it's quite advantageous that you use PayPal under these sets of circumstances because they have a user agreement, and that basically means if the goods or services aren't as advertised or they break, then they will act as a mediator between you and the other party, even if they're in China. Now, the user agreement for PayPal says that you have to return them by an appropriate or secure manner. It doesn't have to be the super expensive tracking one that you've found. There will be much cheaper ways to do this. So what we need to do is say to them, can you confirm that you will be refunding me if I follow this method of returning the goods? And then at least you know that even if it costs you, say, £40, £50 at the very most to return the goods, you're still going to get £300 back, which is better than nothing.
And Martyn points out that we should all double-check exactly where the goods are being shipped from and the return policy before shelling out.
So a quick top tip, and full disclosure, this happened to me just before Christmas. I also didn't quite pay full attention to where goods were coming from. But before you go to check out, always have a look and see what the return rules are if you do need to return the goods for any reason.
Good advice? Feeling
Very good advice.
Feeling a bit more hopeful?
Slightly, yes. They've been difficult to deal with, obviously, but you know, I feel a bit better now about going forward.
And I have to tell you that since we filmed, I'm glad to say there's been good news for Victor. After we got in touch with PayPal, they have issued a goodwill refund to him. Often when we speak to people who have been scammed, they tell us that they had a feeling that something wasn't quite right all along, but in the heat of the moment, ignored their instincts and plied on regardless. And this next scam is a classic example of that, so pay attention because if you blink, you'll miss it.
We checked the cameras and what we discovered was just shocking. The guys were on their own at the front of the car for 30 seconds and you see them get some kind of bottle with some kind of